Every night at exactly 12:07 a.m., a train no one remembers boards no passengers, and yet it always arrives full. They say it appears only to those who have forgotten something important, not in their minds, but in their hearts. Lana stood alone on platform 9 and silver, wearing a silk robe she didn't remember putting on. The mist curled around her ankles like curious cats, and the train's headlight cut through the fog like a golden eye blinking awake. She hadn't meant to be there. She'd only closed her eyes for a moment. But when she opened them, this place had called her name, softly like a lullaby. "Come abroad," it whispered. "We've been waiting." The door to the train hissed open with a sound like an exhale, like it had held its breath for centuries just to welcome her. Lana stepped inside, and the scent of violets and old paper wrapped around her like a forgotten dream. No one greeted her, but the corridor lights flickered on, one by one, as if the train itself remembered her footsteps. Each carriage was a different world. The first looked like a grand library suspended in stardust, books floating lazily mid-air, their pages fluttering like wings. Titles shimmered in golden ink. Dreams once dreamt. The lost days of autumn. Letters never sent. One of them hovered before her, pulsing softly. She touched its spine. It opened. Inside was her childhood garden, but not as she remembered it. The roses were made of light. Her dog, long gone, was there, young and happy, and looked up as if expecting her return. Lana's breath caught in her throat. Then came a voice, deep, velvet, and echoing slightly, like it came from beneath the floorboards of the time. "This is your train, Lana. Each carriage carries a piece of you you've forgotten." She turned. A figure stood at the end of the aisle, tall and cloaked in moonlight. His face was hidden beneath a wide-brimmed hat, and in his hand he held a lantern glowing not with fire, but with stars. "And where does it go?" she asked, suddenly unsure if she wanted to know. The figure tilted his head gently. "Where all unfinished dreams go." to be remembered or released. Lana followed him through the carriages, each one more intimate than the last, like peeling back the layers of a dream she didn't know she had. They passed a hall of mirrors that showed not her reflection, but versions of herself, laughing, crying, leaving, returning. In one, she was holding someone's hand, her face full of hope. In another, she was walking away, tears on her cheeks, the world blurred behind her. Finally, the train slowed. The man turned to her, his voice quieter now, as if not to wake the past. "This is your stop, Lana. Not a place, but a moment." The carriage door opened into a memory she hadn't revisited in years. A soft rain fell on cobblestone streets. The smell of heartbreak filled the air. She was sitting in a little cafe, her hands wrapped around a warm cup, waiting for someone who never showed up. The ache in her chest returned like an old song. "He promised he'd come back," Lana whispered. "He said it wasn't goodbye." The lantern glowed brighter. "He meant it," the man said gently, "but promises made from fear are not built to last. He left not because he didn't love you, but because he couldn't face the mirror you held up to him." Lana blinked. The ache shifted. The man said, "You think it was your fault, don't you?" She nodded. "I thought if I had been more patient or softer or something else entirely." He stepped beside her, the lantern now glowing with the same light as the train's books, the light of truth. The man said, "He wasn't your lesson, you were his." The train paused. The rain outside stopped. "Your lesson was this," the man said. "You do not have to shapeshift to be loved." The cafe melted away like mist at dawn, and she was back on the train. And for the first time in a long time, she felt light. The train began to move again, faster now, as if it sensed something had shifted inside her. The man guided Lana to the final carriage. Its door was carved with a crescent moon and a key, symbols she'd seen before. in dreams and daydreams, always just out of reach. "What's in here?" she asked. He whispered, "Closure." The door creaked open into a twilight blue room filled with floating lanterns. In the center, a single velvet chair. On it, a letter, unopened. Her hand trembled as she picked it up. The envelope was addressed in her own handwriting. She opened it. Inside were words she had never spoken, but had carried in her heart for far too long. To the girl who waited, wandered, and wept. You did nothing wrong. You loved with everything you had, and it was beautiful. He couldn't meet you there, not because you were too much, but because he hadn't yet learned to hold something sacred. You're not here to be chosen by those unsure of themselves. You are the one who chooses now. Let him go, not in anger, but in love. You're free now. Lana exhaled. A soft, shaking breath. One that felt like it had been held since the day he left. The lanterns flickered brighter, then rose upward like stars being released into the night. She felt it leave her body, the ache, the need to understand. The burden of being the one who always tried harder. It all drifted away, weightless. The man bowed. The past has been honored. The heart has been heard. He handed her the lantern, whispered, "And now it's time to light your own way forward." The train slowed, then stopped with a quiet sigh. The door opened, not into a station this time, but into a golden dawn. Lana stepped outside, barefoot onto soft grass. The air was warm with the scent of jasmine and something new, something unnamed. Before her stretched a vast field of wildflowers, swaying gently in the breeze. In the distance, a small stone path, and at the end of it, a figure waiting beneath a blossoming tree. He wasn't familiar, but he didn't feel like a stranger. He looked up as she approached, not with surprise or longing, but with recognition, like someone who had always known she would come, but never rushed her. "You found your way," he said. She smiled, really smiled, for the first time in what felt like lifetimes. "I didn't need to be found," she whispered. "I just needed to come home to myself." He reached out, not to pull her in, but to walk beside her. The train let out one last gentle breath before vanishing into mist. It had done its part, and now a new journey has begun.